I went to Italy, this is a fun fact, I didn't meet a Catholic in Italy. Now, it could have just been me and what I was attracting, but I truly did not meet an Italian Catholic. I met a black person from the Caribbean, right? Who, raised in America, who was a Catholic. And that was a solitary Catholic, all on her own, no help, nothing else going on. That was it. Why is it that none of these people are Catholics? I can't find one. I can't find any rosary beads. And I felt like I was in the place where I thought it'd be like everywhere. So being with people and studying them, being with them, being around them, that's what helped me first. Now then what I want you to do is release, read everything, read all the spiritual books that you want, and then release them. You read the books to help you understand that, oh wow, a different way of thinking is out there. But then you release them, because then you have to understand something. No one is going to, because all that is another layering of now brand new rules. Whether people tell you you have to be love and light, you have to be this and that. Study the books just to give you that sense of confidence that you aren't crazy, that, oh wow, all these people are thinking in different ways. Because that's what reading those spiritual books did for me. It just helped me understand, like, you are not the only one out here with these ideas and these thoughts and wanting to feel expanse. You're not the only one. So think about it like this. Every little step that you're taking in this transition, all right, in this transition from leaving religion and religious thought, the mindset, to stripping yourself down and being with who you are without any rules, without any ideas of what you think you're supposed to be and all of that. There's steps to it. You know how people say there are levels to this? Well, I just want you to think about it in a more relaxed way. Think about doorways. Think about opening up. Have you guys ever had those dreams? Maybe you haven't or you have, but where you're in a house and the house just keeps on getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and there are new rooms, and it just seems like this house started like this and now it's a freaking like mega mansion. If you haven't, I have had these dreams, and I guess that's what I'm relating it to. Or think about a hallway that starts like this and it keeps growing and growing. I want you to think about your transition as this. Once you get to that doorway, so maybe you read the first book, what I'm trying to think of a book that I read early on, Siddhartha. I read Siddhartha by Herman Hesse. And reading Siddhartha, I was at that doorway, right? And I could sit there and go back and harp on Siddhartha, now study Buddhism. I can go to Tibet, or I could go to India. I could go to places that, that practice Buddhism and take pilgrimages, stop eating, and sit for the whole damn day and all the stuff that people do. Or I could say, this has opened me up, and now it's time for me to keep moving forward. Right? Because this was just the study of Buddhism, and I had already studied religions prior to that. So I said, this has opened me up, I must keep it forward. So that's the way to transition, that you are not harping so hard on these things. You realize what they have done, because there's so much more information out there. You just keep walking through the doors. No need to go back. You just keep walking through the doors and realize that in many ways your mansion is expanding. And eventually in your dream world and your meditation, if you will, you can see that mansion that you created exploding and opening you up to the vastness of who you are. Right? Because it's a structure, and that structure keeps on expanding and expanding. And you think about it, wow, this structure keeps on expanding because you're growing and you're expanding, but you can also just, bam, open it up completely. So that's a meditation that you guys can do to have fun, or you don't have to rush the process either. Just keep on enjoying standing at those doorways and keep on moving out. So that's the other step. When you're transitioning, actually transition. Stop holding yourself up, because what happens is one person's going to come into your life who is so shrouded with they're covered in the unsanitary blood of a fictional character, who will then try to tell you how you're supposed to think and how you're supposed to feel, and all because this is what they know. And what I'm letting you know is, realize if you get caught up in that in any kind of way, shape, or form, all you're doing is kind of ignoring all these amazing doorways that have been given to you to continue to open up. All right. So remember, let these people be. And this is the other thing that's very important. Transitioning from religion to spirituality, or being who you are and knowing who you are. That knowledge, that journey of knowing yourself. Magic.